The potholes are becoming bigger and bigger, are part of the bigger problem.
What is your opinion on government grants?
It's put more frustration. When I think of it, I get frustrated because that has actually caused more poverty. It was my dream for the longest time. I have to share this with you.
I didn't want to begin with politics. However, a few days ago you said something that stayed with me, that you no longer have hope in the government.
People have lost hope. People have lost interest. I can count myself one of the people who feels like, do we still even have to say we are waiting for the next election?
Alinah, you are one of 4 in 10 South Africans standing in an ever-growing line for government grants. What do you wish that those in the power would understand about your reality?
Quite intense. If the people in the government, especially the ones that are there up there, if they can really come down and try to understand how we feel and also see the poverty. It's actually not only for the poor people that are being affected by how the government is doing things. It's not only that. That is why I feel like there is no government. Because actually the government is not only meant for this certain group of people. It's for everybody who lives in South Africa. And people who are living in South Africa, all of them at this point in moment, they feel like there is no government. So maybe if they can really come down to the ground and understand the pain of the people.
Do you think that that is the viewpoint of more in your generation or also younger generation who feel the same sentiment?
To be honest, the same sentiment. Young people are frustrated. Just imagine 6% of the youth is not working. And then with us grown-ups, when you reach 40, you are unemployable. That is why I'm saying, can somebody up there re-look at the policies that they are putting? I feel like if the government has sit down, try to work something out with the very same money that is going to give people jobs, maybe. Can we make something that will make those young people realize that the government that we have actually voted for is looking after us? You know, there are no jobs. Yes, I understand that there are no jobs, and the jobs to be there, they need to be investors and all that. And to be honest, there's no investors coming from foreign investors coming in the country that is in a mess like this. So it still goes back to the type of the government that we are having.
Many mothers rely on government support. What is your opinion on government grants?
This one might be my opinion, how I feel, how I looked at it, how frustrating it is. I feel like that has actually caused more poverty.
Which aspects? Can you elaborate on that?
In this small shack, you find that a young girl has got 5 kids.
Just to live on the grant?
Just to live on this grant. And honestly, you go in there you with this person who's earning this grant for 5 kids. It's a disaster. And you see poverty before you can even open this door. They think that having kids, making 5 kids, make them to earn more, not realizing that more kids, this money is not going to be enough for them. So you really want to judge them. I always have this in my mind saying, I so wish that they stop making babies. But you'll hear a person saying, that is the only way of me to survive. These kids are my bread. That is what they say.
Devastating reality.
It is.
As you yourself being a mother, you understand what it is, the everyday life, providing for your children, and then you, like you said, it's barely buys a bread on the table.
No one can survive from 370. No one can survive from 510. I don't even know whether it's 550 or what. It's a plaster on a wound that is very big. It's bigger that the wound is now even becoming bigger than this plaster that the government is actually putting. The wound is poverty. The wound is unemployment. The wound is corruption. It is so big that even the new government that is coming, because I do hope that there will be definitely there is a hope that something positive is coming. Not with the old systems that we are dealing with now, not with the government that is not existing, but there is a hope that something is coming. It's so big that it's going to take another more years to fix. But I feel like the government has forgotten their promises to the people. I woke up this morning having this thing in my mind that says we are now dealing with a different apartheid. The previous years apartheid, for me, it feels like it was even better. Actually, there are people who are even saying we were living, older people who were there before us, who would sit there and say, the white government of the olden days, we never suffered like this. So I feel like the selfishness, greed, has made our people, the government, to become what we are today. We've seen promises for 30 years now. It's almost 30, it's going to 32, I think. And the promises are still there.
What would be the solution in your point of view?
Can we change this? It is lying entirely on us to change it. And to change it, to be honest, it's not a difficult thing. Change it is to go to the voting, change what is going on. Think, let me go and change whoever is there. Let me put something new. It's your choice, but we can all see what is going on. The potholes are becoming bigger and bigger.
And it is so true that often people wait for the government to provide and to make the change, instead of having that responsibility within ourselves and keeping that flame alive and say the change would start from us.
The change has to start from us, and the change will start from the families. You want to see a better society, you need to see a better family. You cannot expect a better society if the families are broken. Now, you as a mother, you do anything in your power to keep the fire burning, especially in the government, in the type of a government that we are in. Our hope is no longer with the government. Our hope lies within us. What do we do to change the situation? What do we do to the families to make sure that when they go out, when they look at this government, you give them positive mind? Remember, if you give them negativity, they will go out with this negativity. But we strive for positivity because we want to build a society with positive mind. We are raising young minds which changes like this by anything. If you can't walk as a mother, you can crawl. But the point here is you need to get there. Even in a situation where you see that there is this big wall standing in front of you, don't lose hope. Don't lose yourself as a mother. Don't lose yourself as a woman. Don't lose yourself as a family person.
Do you think that it is more honest to tell to your children life is hard, or rather to protect the hope at all cost?
As much as things look so bad, honestly, to be honest, things are bad. But if there's one thing that I always do, that I feel like as a parent, you need to be careful of what you are saying, making sure that they see positive signs from me. even when things are not going well, but making sure that I'm holding on to the hope of saying things will be fine. I'll always say things will work out. I've made my mind know that in the midst of everything, there will always be a light. Now that I've been away and reflecting in many things, I realize how much my family, and when I'm talking about my family, I'm talking about the boys and my husband. They have so much hope in me, so much hope, in a way that it scares me. I feel like I don't want to fail them. And that, it makes me push harder in every situation that I find myself in. There's this thing that I always say to myself, that I'll never cry in front of them. I'm a crying person, but I never cry in front of my boys. When things are too heavy, I have my corner where I go and talk to myself, talk to God, find answers to myself, cry, and then wipe. And then when they get there, come back from school, I'm okay. I'm striving so much, giving them positive attitude in everything, because I'm building small, young minds here.
The future of South Africa.
Set.
We've spoken about politics now, but Alinah, what is your own story?
I have to share this with you, as it was my dream for the longest time. But unfortunately, looking at my own situation, the government and everything, you don't forget where you come from. Don't forget who you are. I'm not longing to win lotto. It has never been my dream, but my dream is to